Hey there, Smile Squad, and welcome back to Smile Sessions, the podcast where we explore ways to live a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling life. I'm Christina Perry, and today we're tackling something that happens to all of us at some point: freezing under pressure. You know the feeling. Most of the times you're on top of things. You're great at your job, and you know what you're doing. But then, bam, urgent problem pops up, or a deadline sneaks up on you, and suddenly your brain just shuts down. Your thoughts scatter, your heart races, and then all of that confidence gone. Does that sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. This happens to a lot of people, and here's the good news. You can absolutely train your brain to stay calm and clear-headed even in high-pressure situations. So let's take a deep breath, get comfy, and let's get into it. Why do we freeze under pressure? Ever heard of the fight, flight, freeze response? This is your brain's ancient way of dealing with danger. Back in the day, if you saw a tiger, your brain had three choices: fight, run, or freeze and pray it doesn't see you. Fast forward to today, no tigers, but your brain still reacts the same way when it senses a threat. And in a work setting, that threat might be a sudden deadline, an unexpected request, or your boss calling on you in a meeting when you weren't ready. Instead of fighting or running, you freeze. Here's the thing: your brain isn't failing you, it's actually protecting you. The problem: freezing isn't actually helpful when your manager asks for an urgent report. What you need is clarity, focus, and action. So, how do we train our brain to override this response? Let's talk strategy. Tip number 1: name it to tame it. Did you ever notice how saying out loud that you're stressed makes you feel just a little bit better? That's not just in your head. It's an actual brain hack called affect labeling. So the next time you feel like you're freezing up, try this. Take a deep breath. Say to yourself, I'm feeling overwhelmed because this was unexpected, but I can handle it. Remind yourself that this is stress, not failure. My brain just needs a second to adjust. This tiny shift helps move you out of panic mode and back into problem-solving mode. I'll never forget the first time I really froze under pressure. I was at work and my boss suddenly asked for an update on one of my cases. I wasn't prepared and my brain completely went blank. I sat there scrambling for words, and the more I panicked, the worse it got. Later, I realized something. It wasn't that I didn't know the answer, I just needed a second to gather my thoughts. So, here is a bridge phrase that we can use in situations like this. That's a great question. Let me organize my thoughts for a sec. Or, I want to give you the most accurate answer. Let me pull up my notes really quick. This gives you time to think without looking lost. So the next time you're in panic mode, try to implement that tip. Tip 2: the 5-second rule for quick action. One of the worst parts of freezing up is that the longer you're stuck, the harder it is to get going. That's where the 5-second rule by Mel Robbins comes in. It's simple. As soon as you realize that you're frozen, start counting down in your head from 5 all the way to 1. As soon as you hit 1, take any small action. Why does this work? Because it forces your brain out of panic mode and into action mode. So, for example, if you're stuck on a project, don't just stare at the screen. When you hit 1, open your notes, type a bullet point, or send a quick message for clarification. Even the smallest step can help break the freeze. Tip 3: shift from overwhelm to micro tasks. Your brain loves small wins. When something feels too big, your brain freaks out. But if you break it into bite sized pieces, suddenly it feels doable. So instead of thinking, I have to write this entire report today, try first, I'll write one bullet point, then I'll find one key piece of data, and then I'll draft a rough outline. One tiny step at a time. That's way easier than tackling the whole thing at once. Tip 4. Reframe deadlines as challenges, not threats. One reason why deadlines make us freeze is because we see them as threats instead of challenges. So instead of saying, I have to finish this or I'm in trouble, try, this is a chance for me to show my skills. I love a challenge. I'll figure this out step by step. This tiny mindset shift rewires your brain to lean in instead of shutting down. Tip 5. Physical reset for mental clarity. If your brain is stuck, try resetting your body. Quick hack 4-7-8 breathing is when you inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, and then exhale for a count of 8. Move, stand up, stretch, take a quick walk. Physical movement can literally shake off stress. Pressure points. Press your thumb into your palm for 10 seconds. This signals your brain to release tension. A quick body reset equals a clearer mind. Next time you feel like you're freezing under pressure, remember, your brain isn't failing, it's reacting to stress. You can override it with small mental shifts. Simple actions, naming the stress, breaking it into micro steps, and using bridge phrases can bring back clarity. And most importantly, you've handled challenges before, and you'll handle this one too. I hope today's episode gave you the tools you need that you can use right away. If you found it helpful, share it with a coworker or friend who might need it too. And if you've ever had a brain freeze moment and found a way to push through it, I'd love to hear about it. Send me a message or tag me on social media. Tune in next week when we dive into something fascinating: how the mind can heal the body and how the very earth beneath us holds the power to restore balance. Until next time, take a deep breath, trust yourself, and keep moving forward. I'm Christina Perry, and this has been another session for your soul.